Still cannot see. That's a lovely tin whistle that me mother sent to me. Once many a day I travel 100 miles or more, but a condom on a tin whistle sure I never saw before. Hey. Are you yelling shit at me?
No, I want your unicorn.
Oh yeah, unicorn.
That Patty Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. Well, some of the boys got loaded drunk and they ain't been sober yet. As long as the bottle was passed around, every man was feeling gay. O'Leary came with the bagpipes, some music for to play. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died. As Mrs. Murphy sat in the corner pouring out her grief, well, Kelly and his gang came tearing down the street. They went into an empty room and a bottle of whiskey stole. They put the bottle with the corpse to keep that whiskey cold. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in that place was full the night that Murphy died. About 2 o'clock in the morning after emptying the jug, well, Doyle rolls up the icebox lid to see poor Patty's mug. We stopped the clock so Mrs. Murphy couldn't tell the time. And at 2:15 we argued it was 9. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in that place was full the night that Murphy died. Well, they stopped the hearse on George Street outside Sundance Saloon. They all went in at 8:30 and staggered out at noon. They went up to the graveyard so holy and sublime. Found out when they got there, they left the corpse behind. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died. Oh, the night that Patty Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. Well, some of the boys got loaded drunk and they ain't been sober yet. As long as the bottle was passed around, every man was feeling gay. O'Leary came with the bagpipes, some music for to play. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died. Well, that's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in that place was full the night Pat Murphy died. And every drink in that place was full the night Pat Murphy died. Hey. Oh, you just mean the harmony. Oh, okay, yeah. I've been doing it the whole time. I think she's not singing into the mic.
I'm singing into the mic.
You are now.
I'm singing here, but maybe I should.
I've already turned you up.
Oh, okay. I just need to stay closer to the microphone. I'm really good at that.
Yes, your mic usage is impeccable.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Alrighty. Here's another classic tune with one of those fun old Irish accents. Super fun. Alright. On the 4th of July, 1806, we set sail from the sweet Harbour Port. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. 'Twas a wonderful craft, she was rigged fore and aft, and oh how the wild wind drove her. She stood several blasts, she had 27 masts, and they called her the Irish Rover. We had 1 million bags of the best Sligo rags. We had 2 million barrels of stone. We had 3 million sides of old blind horses' hides. We had 4 million barrels of bones. We had 4 million frogs and 6 million dogs. 7 million barrels of porter. We had 8 million bales of old nanny goat's tails in the hold of the Irish Rover. There's old Mickey Coot, who played hard on his flute when the ladies lined up for a set. He was footed with skill for each sparkling quadrille, though the dancers were clothed and bent. With his smart, witty talk, he was talk of the walk, and he rolled the dames under and over. They all knew at a glance, when he took up his stance, that he sailed in the Irish Rover. There was Barney McGee from the banks of the Lee. There was Hogan from County Tyrone. There was Joey McGurk, who was scared stiff of work, and a man from Westmeath called Malone. There was Slugger O'Toole, who was drunk as a rule, and Fighting Bill Treacy from Dover. And your man, Mick McCann, from the banks of the Bann, was the skipper of the Irish Rover. For a sailor, it's always a bother in life. It's so lonesome by night and by day, that he longs for the shore and a charming young whore who will melt all his troubles away. Oh, the noise and the rout, swilling poteen and stout, for him soon the torment's over.